I was born Suzi Diamond in a small town of Karjak in Hungary in 1942. We were a small family comprising my mother, Gisela, my father, Sandor, my brother, Terry, and myself. In 1942, my father was forcibly conscripted into the slave labour service of the Hungarian army and deported to the Soviet Union, where he perished in 1943. In July 1944, in just 8 weeks, Adolf Eichmann organised the roundup and deportation of nearly 500,000 Hungarian Jews. The majority of them were sent directly to Auschwitz-Birkenau, where most of them perished in the gas chambers. Some were sent to other concentration camps. During these weeks, the Gestapo came for my mother, brother, and me. We were deported first to Ravensbrück and then to Bergen-Belsen concentration camp. My mother died shortly after liberation. Terry and I were very young children when we came to Ireland. We grew up believing we were the only two members of our family to have survived. In 2007, Terry passed away, and I was the only one left. But things changed unexpectedly in 2015, when I was discovered by a first cousin, still living in Karjak, and I learned a little about my family. My father was one of 4 brothers who ran a timber business. 2 of them perished in the Holocaust, and 2 survived. I have also learned that I have first cousins living in Hungary and the United States. I have a family. I have visited Karjak and seen my grandfather's house, the Jewish cemetery where my grandparents are buried, and the synagogue where all my family prayed. 778 Jews lived in Karjak before the war. 461 of them were murdered in the Holocaust. Most important for me is the memorial scroll on the synagogue wall, recording the Jews from Karjak who perished in the Holocaust. My family is listed on this scroll, but this has to be corrected because my brother and I were not murdered. We survived. I am mindful that time is passing too quickly for my contemporaries and for me. What we experienced took place in the middle of the last century, far too distant for young people today to understand the enormity of what happened. 6 million Jews murdered because of their faith, more than the population of Ireland. I urge young people to speak out about hate speech, about bullying, and about Holocaust denial. I implore them to tell our story and to keep the memory of the Holocaust alive.